Hello, friends, and welcome to yet another session of Soul Food for the Week. Today, I'm going to speak about guilty feelings. I've been receiving lots of comments regarding people trying to deal with the guilty feelings, so I chose this subject today. We all have guilty feelings, right? Whenever we do something which is not right according to us or according to our values, then we are feeling guilty, or sometimes this is an imposed guilty feelings upon us on very small things like, oh, I waited for you, you came late, and then you start feeling guilty. Oh, I made this person wait. For a lot of small things and for a lot of big things, we feel guilty too. Yes. So what is guilt actually? It is the feeling of unworthiness. Somehow you feel unworthy, you feel too self-critical, okay, because you criticize yourself at that time, that, oh, I couldn't do this, how could I do this? Yeah, so you start feeling guilty inside of you, and this is what is guilt. And you start overthinking about it. That when there are small things, you overcome them easily, but when there are certain things which are very important and bigger, then you start overthinking about them. Then you start torturing yourself. No matter at what age you have done certain faults or certain kind of errors or blunders, then at that time what happens is that you start ruminating them, you start overthinking, and then these thoughts start torturing your mind. And what is happening after that? The weight is increasing here on your chest or your back or your shoulders or your head. Wherever on the body, the guilt goes and settles, starts increasing, and it's like a weight. Yes, and many a time, so many people live with guilty feelings throughout their life for one mistake that they had made at a particular point in their life. If we don't deal with these guilty feelings, the guilty feelings are going to deal with us, and the results are horrible, because you can be prone to a lot of diseases, because your body gets infected by the thoughts, because your thoughts are power. Okay, so all the time, if something is not coming out, what is happening? Either your throat gets blocked because you're not expressing it, your chest gets congested, yeah, or heavier, so heart is in a problem, your tummy, your intestines start suffering, your stomach starts suffering, your liver, because you're overthinking about it, your below the pelvic region can also suffer, or your legs, your joints also, because something is not coming out, so your whole body is reacting to it. And worse come to worse, you fall into depression, you start crying, and you start you keep on remembering, oh, I did bad to this person, I did bad to him, her, whatever, or that pet of mine, whatever. There are so many things. Yeah, where is this guilt coming from? Is it really that it is something that I have done? Then you have to deal with it. And you have to deal with it by being honest about it, accepting it, asking for forgiveness. Sometimes forgiveness can be difficult, okay? But you need to accept, you have to be honest with yourself, accept it and ask for forgiveness to the person in question. Otherwise, if these are imposed things, like for example in my life, as I was a teenager, it has happened with me, and I suffered a lot. I really suffered. For 1 full year I have suffered because of guilty feelings, and that was at there was this guy who was very much in love with me, and I was not. I just was not, and he was really, like pushing me to accept him. Once he even wrote a letter with blood to me, saying how much he loved me. And my friends would say, he loves you so much, and why aren't you accepting? How can you be so hard-hearted and things like that? And it's like I was taking, because I was not feeling anything. He was just a nice friend, a good friend to me, and he was looking at me differently. And I told him is that I will need time. I am not really in it. I just had to concentrate on my studies. That's all. And day and night I was being tortured by everyone. Who said that, see, this person is in love with you and see how you are behaving. The main thing was that this thought was really bothering me, and I couldn't sleep at night because I was feeling guilty, because I was feeling, oh, I am not reciprocating his love. But at the same time, my other voice inside of me was telling me that listen, you don't feel anything, so you cannot fake anything. You have to be honest with your feelings. I was, suffering, and then this guilt every day, going with friends, the person every time in front of me, and it started weighing on me. So what happened is that I developed a bronchitis, and 1 full year I suffered. The doctor said she's perfectly healthy, and I couldn't say it out to my parents. So finally one day I had to sit in front of my father, and I told him, Papa, this is the thing that is happening, and I am not really, I'm being pushed into something where I don't want to, and I feel guilty for breaking his heart also every day, because every day the same thing is repeated to me by everyone. So everyone was making me feel guilty about it, while inside of me I was saying that I was being honest. But still, seeing somebody suffer because of you was something very difficult for me to sustain. And my father said, you know what, you have to be honest in life. You need to accept things, and you need to know. Now tomorrow if there are 10 more who come and who propose to you and who are suffering, what are you going to do? Accept them all? No, you cannot. You have to be realistic. You have to be honest with your sentiments, with your emotions. So you need to know, is it you are feeling guilty because of the external pressure? Or is it you are feeling guilty because the person is suffering, so it is your emotions? And then you have to deal with those emotions. And how did I deal with them? I was being honest with my emotions, and I didn't want to spoil anybody's life. So I said, I can be your friend, but I cannot be beyond that. It was hurting, but all in all, afterwards, things got sorted out. I grew up, and the person also understood that, things were not meant to be. We have to go beyond, because we cannot keep being guilty. But I suffered like anything. I had bronchitis for 1 full year. I took all the medicines, nothing was working, because it was not coming from my body, it was coming here and here. Everything was linked, the heaviness was increasing. So this is what happens with many of us. We try to do something good, but then what happens is that we cannot do it all the times. Yes, so we need to take charge of everything, in the sense like we have to accept, first of all, did I really do wrong to start with? Did I really do wrong? If I have done wrong, I ask for forgiveness. If I haven't done wrong, then I should not feel guilty just because everybody is saying that. So you need to discriminate. You need to discriminate. If you knew that your intentions were pure in doing something, you shouldn't feel guilty either. Now for me, there is a very spiritual approach to guilty feelings. When we feel guilty about something, what are we doing exactly? It's a kind of an escape route, because we don't want to deal with anything. We just want to escape it. We want to put it under the cover. We want to put it under the blanket, under the carpets, you say, and cover it. Yes, nothing. And you say, oh, I feel guilty, because it makes you feel nice afterwards. Oh, I didn't do good and all, then it makes you, you are going into self-pity. You're making yourself unworthy. You feel unworthy at that time. But you know what? None of us is unworthy. We are all spiritual beings. We were created by the Creator, and the Creator loves us. So we need to love ourselves. Whenever you feel guilty, first of all, you have to forgive yourself, because this is the result of not forgiving yourself for something. You need to forgive yourself. You have to go and ask for forgiveness also. If you have the courage, you muster it up and you go and you ask for it to the other person. We need to know is that when we feel guilty, actually it cuts us from our connection with the divine. Because what are we doing? We are not allowing the evolution to take place. When we feel guilty, we block our evolution. We block our spiritual growth. Mistakes are a part of our lives. And with every mistake, if we keep feeling guilty, we are not going to grow. So we need to take those mistakes as the building blocks, and we have to grow out of them. We don't have to go into regression, but progression. We have to progress. So you need to know how to deal with guilty feelings. First of all, you just say, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone else. And I ask forgiveness from everyone else who is involved. I am a pure soul. All of us are born pure because our soul is pure. The body, the mind makes mistake, but the soul is always pure. 100% pure, I would say 1,000,000% pure. Because it was created by the Creator who is pure. So you need to tell yourself, just put your hand on your chest and say, I am the pure soul and I am the child of my Creator. And my Creator loves me no matter what. Ask for forgiveness up there if you believe. Ask for forgiveness to yourself. I forgive me. I ask myself for forgiveness. I forgive myself and ask for the persons involved also for forgiveness. Secondly, you need to know that the guilty feeling that is coming inside of you also shows that there is this purity inside of you, because you're a pure soul. So when you do wrong to somebody, this purity also says that look, you have done wrong, but at the same time, this is your time to evolve. Why did you do that? Go deep inside, introspect, remove that and throw it in the garbage. Don't send it into recycling. We don't want that. Just throw it in the garbage. It has nothing to do inside of your pure soul. When we feel guilty, actually we feel impure inside of us. And what happens when we feel impure? We cut out from the pure connection with the divine. It gets chopped off. And then what happens is that our evolution is full of roadblocks. But when we feel guilty, and if we analyze it positively, that yes, I have done a mistake and it is my opportunity to grow wiser and better as a person, then this connection is re-established and then the divine can help you. So don't give in to guilty feelings by feeling impure. You cannot be impure. You are a pure soul. So if you're feeling guilty today for anything, no matter what the reason is, you just need to know you are loved by someone up there. You are loved. And you have done something out of maybe ignorance. Ask for forgiveness and forgive yourself and just say, I am the pure spirit. I am not guilty anymore. I have taken this as a lesson to evolve, and I am going to evolve myself on this path. And forgive yourself. Remove this negativity that is eating you up. Remove the guilt. Otherwise the guilt will remove you, and you don't want that. Remove it, whatever it was. Sometimes it is the best thing. You take a paper and you write down what's making you feel guilty. Burn it. When the ashes, throw it in the toilet and flush it off. And say, okay, I burn this negativity. I burn these guilty feelings. And don't give them any power over you. If you can, go and ask for forgiveness. If you cannot, you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself and you be open to evolution and promise yourself you will never ever again hurt someone in any kind of way. If you have really done that, but if it is imposed on you, you don't even need to feel that way. So well, my friends, this is all I can say. Stop nourishing guilt. It will grow like a baby. Instead, learn to evolve from your mistakes, because we all make mistakes. May God bless you all, and may the power of the Creator be upon you and remove all the guilty feelings that you must be dealing with or your loved ones are dealing with. Go and help them to forgive themselves and forgive them if you have a grudge against somebody too. Okay? So have a wonderful Sunday and see you next time. Lots of love to you all. Bye. God bless.